We're live, Indigo. We are live on July 13th, 2020 for the Monday Mantra with the Angels and Indigo Mystic. Hey everyone, hi, it's Lisa Clayton of lisaaclayton.com. Oh, what a day. And Indigo Mystic's mama, who we've had quite the day, haven't we, Indigo? So anyway, we have been tuning in to many transmissions today and downloads, as well as taking a little time out for ourselves. As you can see, Indigo's been working overtime today. So you can see it on the thumbnail. She is looking up already at all of the beautiful angels and the divine beings who've been coming in today, assisting us. Oh my gosh, we've done an animal totem transmission. I'm also in a group of three that we are creating some new information about accessing energy. There's just so much beautiful energy flowing, all the while the pandemic keeps going. So we're just shut down again here in California. However, I first want to offer my heart and love to each and every one of you. For there's not one person on this earth that's not going through some level of challenge, whether it be mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical. And so Indigo and I would like to offer our love and our hearts to you during this time, because we certainly need each other during this time. She's about had it for today, let me tell you. And I think my hair is probably sticking up on end because it was a very electrifying day. So let's just get right to the Monday Mantra, which came through late last night, and it has been activated fully today with not only the transmissions and the energy fields that we have been working with today, but also with some very specific messages. It was interesting, like right at 3:30 today, I had an hour of time, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to tap in. If the downloads come through, I'll bring them forth, and if not, we'll wait till Tuesday. It's that simple. I mean, again, angels and your team divine, they have no timeline. There is no time reference for them. And so I'm always patient and willing to adjust my timeline to what comes through. And I sit down, got really silent and clear, and boom, boom, boom. They're like, no, be ready. You need to do the Monday Mantra today. So here we are. We're going to share with you. I love this new design. I have a wonderful web designer, Christina, and she's amazing, and she loves to do the Monday mantras for me. And here's the Monday mantra for today: is your birth purpose. Your soul knows. Are you listening? Oh, did I ever love that one when it came through. Very late last night, because what was ringing in the higher dimensional fields was you were born. You were born with a purpose. You know your purpose. You don't have to search for your purpose. Okay, you were born on purpose. I love that. So here are the downloads that came with it that the angels brought forth, and Team Divine. And Indigo did too. You did too, didn't you? Do you want to say hello? I just want to get her up here, get a little used to the camera, because she's got to choose the angel cards too. So just say hi to everyone. Yeah. All right. So very, very strong messages for this Monday mantra. Your birth purpose, your soul knows. Are you listening? And this is what was coming through for the entire month of July and August and into September, was what my Team Divine was calling the Summer of Soul, and kind of reflecting back on the similarities of what was going on during the 60s, which the Summer of Love in 1967 evolved. and a lot of different movements and a lot of different ways of living, communal living, the hippies, the peace protesters, the civil rights movement, all of this unrest and upheaval in our country is now being escalated and accelerated to a new level here in 2020. And so they keep saying this is the summer of soul. This is our summer when we come home to ourself and when we discover our greatest gifts. So here were the first few messages that came through. Developing our relationship with your source self is no longer an option. It is a requirement for the collective journey as we move into the new ways of living and being. And I love that, the collective journey. We're doing this together in small collectives, in community, in focusing upon our neighborhoods, and focusing upon our schools, in focusing upon all of the micro systems that have been neglected. And we are bringing in new energy for them. And so it's the collective journey. I love that. That really resonated with me. Your own inner knowing shows you the way. We are being called into action to do what we came here to do. This is your birth purpose. However, at this time, what it requires is change. So there's so many people going through so many changes. So it could be a change in relocation. Okay, it could be a change in professions, in how you are going to sustain your living, or how you're going to create a new way of living to sustain yourself. It could be a change in a relationship that is no longer aligned with you knowing and listening to your soul. This is pretty significant. So really diving, they were saying it's time to dive deep into what the new reality will be. Love that. So your unique gifts, your skill set, your love and light are all needed now. You don't have to know everything or seek more or know how it plays out. You only need trust, faith, and confidence in the path ahead. Now, those just aren't airy fairy words either. So I want to come back to that in a moment, but I want to come back to the statement that says you don't need to know everything or seek more or know how it plays out. We're always saying, well, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, every time I hear somebody say, I don't know, I always say, no, you do know. You do know. Okay. So I have a friend, and she's in transition right now, and she's just getting certified in everything, like a certification level here, or she's signing up for this course, and and then something else popped up, and she's like, oh no, that really resonated with me, because when we have our conversations, I'm like, well, are you doing this because you don't feel complete and that you need to know more? Or is it that you are resonating with this that activates your soul knowing? Because we have been trained in the mind, in our mind training, to the more that we know, the better we are, and the better that we achieve certain levels of status. If you don't have a college degree, you don't, what are you going to do in the world? And if you don't have this certification, how will you be reputable, and how will you be taken seriously? Okay, so that's the old. That's the old. Now, I'm not saying that gaining information and requiring new knowledge isn't important. It's just, why are you doing it? Why are you gaining that new information? If it resonates and activates more of your soul knowing, go for it. But if it's just because you're feeling, I can't do that, I can't create or be who I am until I have 1, 2, 3 complete. And I know you've heard me say this before, but I'm going to keep repeating it because that's what the guidance is right now. You don't need to have A, B, or C, or 1, 2, or 3, or what's another, to have all of everything lined up. in order to bring forth your greatest gifts, your skill set, your beautiful love and light to the world now. Ah, I love that. Okay, so inner guidance. Your inner guidance is always there. That's what we teach in the inner leader movement, is that this GPS system that you have internally, your inner leader, is always there. There is a deep inner knowing that takes away, oh, I love this. And this is the airy fairy. There's a deep inner knowing that takes away the airy fairy quality of saying, okay, I'm going to trust. How many times have you heard friends or even yourself say, okay, I trust, or I'm going to let spirit guide me? Okay, so we're still kind of like saying it's out there. Okay, I'm really going to trust, or I'm going to let spirit guide me. And those are important statements as long as they're grounded into you, into your knowing and into your trust and into your spirit that guides you. So, and then they always remind me, because I don't really talk about the inner leader movement that much on the Monday mantras. She's going to dig a little cavity here. She's like, Mom, I'm so tired. But they were saying, Lisa, this is why we gave you the inner leader movement. This is why you co-created the inner leader movement with us, is because you're connecting people with the awe in them. You're getting that new circuitry, that flow. We gave you that it's important that people are connected above to their light resources, the multidimensional beings that are not earthlings, are human beings. And the within, which starts with the heart. The heart is the activator for the soul's light. So we go through a lot of techniques and so many different aspects to activate that within you, that source within you. And then the earth below, which is getting connected with this earth's journey in a new and different way through connecting with the nature spirits, and you recognizing that you are nature spirit, and that you can gain all of this wisdom and knowledge and activation of your own soul knowing from the nature spirits. Trees, plants, animals, oceans, the beautiful aspects of every aspect of nature. So the earth below, above, within, and earth below brings out the awe in you. And that's what the inner leader movement teaches. And so there was another important message. Oh, I've got a whole nother page here. I didn't even realize. I never realize when I'm in transmission what comes through. I just write. So they were saying it's really important when we talk about the summer of soul and what it means to come home to yourself and come into the inner knowing. Because a lot of people are saying, I just don't know how to do that. So the first step in that is to recognize what your soul senses are. We have 5 physical senses in which we function with every day: our sight, our hearing, our smell, our touch, our taste. Magnificent senses that stimulate us and give us this beautiful, joyful feeling of being a human being. I have a friend who actually died and came back to life. And she said when she was going through the tunnel of light and she had an exchange, and they said, you're not ready, you need to go back, and because you haven't fulfilled this mission yet. And so your birth purpose. And she said the thing when she was in light without a body was that she wanted to come back and taste a latte. I thought that was because you have no taste. We have such fabulous senses. So the soul senses, there's 7 of them. And you may be familiar with these, but this is how you come back to knowing who you are. And your birth purpose is that you have clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance. I can never say that okay, let me go to the clairsentience and the claircognizance. There, ha. Okay, so those are four senses of the soul that give us that higher dimensional knowing. And then you have empathy, intuition, and then the cosmic heart. I'm actually going to be doing a whole series of teaching people about the soul senses. Don't know how it's coming through yet, but it came through today that that's what I'm supposed to do. So that's new and upcoming. And Indigo wants down. So I'm going to let her down because I don't want her to be uncomfortable. Okay. I mean, she's giving me indication she wanted down. So, activating those seven senses. And again, I could get into more detail with this later in another YouTube or another offering that I'm going to be giving. But so deeply getting connected, this inner, so they're saying once you activate all these soul senses with the five senses, that comes up to 12. You have 12 senses to work with. And coming into this soul knowing of who you are, this inner vision and wisdom. Because when you have that inner vision, and that's your clairvoyancy with your clairaudience, you know, like really listening and hearing the messages coming from divine or from your higher heart, your higher self. When you're deeply connected with the awe in you, the circuitry above, within, and earth below, your spiritual tools just light up. They light up and they show you the path ahead. So at this you, as you connect with this circuitry and you feel the 12 senses all working together, is the prophecy to come. This is then the anxiety and the fear melt away when you are firing up all of those senses in collaboration with this beautiful wisdom that you have inside of you, this inner light. Oh, and that's exactly what they said next. You move out of uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and worry. You step into who you are and you're born on purpose, meaning. Now, they say trust and confidence is important, but it can be abstract and very, again, they were using this term and I loved it, airy-fairy. So it can be abstract and airy-fairy. This trust and confidence is an energy. So what they were saying, trust is an energy that you can tap into. Confidence is a grounding of your earth journey. You have confidence that you can navigate through this earth journey with the soul knowing of who you are. I love that. So feel it, believe it, activate it, and act upon it. That's where the change comes. And that's where people start to draw back and say, I can't move. I can't leave this relationship. I can't get XYZ is going to happen. You don't know that. You don't know what's going to happen. Just do it. Make the change that your soul is calling you to make the change. Pretty powerful. The deeper, right now, when they were saying, please, Lisa, can you emphasize this with everyone? Right now, the world needs what you have. And more importantly, you need you. And I love that. The deeper you connect with the your inner leader, you create a more powerful, stable, grounded, enlightened outer world. See, we don't feel we have much control about what's happening right now, but we do. We do when we connect with our inner leader and with our inner light and with our soul's knowing, wisdom, and our soul's gifts. That radiates out into our outer world, and our outer world starts to change. That's the magic. That's the beauty. That's the magnificence. So that was the first part of the Monday mantra about your birth purpose, your soul knows. And then let's just talk a little bit about the second part. Are you listening? Whew. So, how do you tune in? How do you tune up? How do you really, really trust that this inner guidance is your soul knowing and not something that your mind is making up? That's the question I get so many times from my clients and from the people that I do transmissions for in readings. Oh, wow. So, how do you truly? There's a lot of those of you that worked with me know that when this beautiful divine energy comes through, sometimes I have to stop. I get dizzy or the burping starts because the energy is so intense. And that's what's happening today. It is really flowing intensely. Okay, so listening. The first thing is to get neutral. And they're saying, so you this is the most effective way is just some nice heart focused breathing. Nice deep breaths into that heart area and slowly out. And do that for at least a minute. And that sets your system to neutral. This is the physiology part. This is your five senses of your physical body. This is what calms them, settles everything down. Your autonomic nervous system comes into neutral. And then you activate a feeling, an emotion of gratitude. Lately, gratitude has been the number one feeling to activate because what we have in front of us right now is a unbelievable. What are they saying? It's unbelievable what resources we have that we can work with. We're always looking at what we don't have or what we're going to need in 6 months from now or a month from now. And what they're saying is, how can you utilize the resources you have right in front of you? And so it's like activating a feeling of gratitude, appreciation, and love for what you do have. Okay. And when that feeling starts activating in your system, then your soul starts to say, she's relaxing. Okay. She's activating positive feelings of gratitude and appreciation. Now I can light up. Now, okay, listen to the messages. So the soul illuminates and magnifies a light, almost like you're reading your blueprint. Well, actually, that's what's happening. Okay. And then you can, as you activate this within yourself, then your higher self, which is the part of your soul that has the knowing also, but does not reside or ride with you in the human vehicle. Okay, your higher self is hanging out with the divine beings and all of the souls that were rooting you on as you came into your mother's womb to have this earth experience and to bring forth what your birth purpose was for coming here. It wasn't just random. Okay, so that is very powerful. So you can connect with your higher self then and just listen and let the streams of light from the higher self illuminate this beautiful blueprint. And the next step was just receive and integrate. And then this is really, really super important. And this is what I do all the time. And I'm going to keep teaching this until the day I leave Earth. Is keep writing. Look at all these, all the writing. You just write what comes through. Some people call it automatic writing. I call it transmission writing. You just write what comes through. Write everything that is just free flow coming through, and then look at the wisdom after you're done writing. I mean, I am surprised at times, especially when I go back and look in my journals and I see this writing, and I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? That didn't come from here. That definitely did not come from here. That came from here. That came from my soul knowing. That came from my higher self. That came from my angels. That came from Team Divine. That is the knowledge that we need to tap into right now. We are out of the phase of searching and seeking, and we are into the ascension and the new age of knowing. You have all the wisdom. You have all of the information that you need. Your soul is perfect, complete, and whole. And so that's why I'm offering um, for the Summer of soul readings. New for me, but not really. Just have a different term for them in transmissions. And that is just really getting you connected to your higher self and getting you connected to your soul's light, activating it through the heart, doing heart meditations and exercises, illuminating the soul, and then just allowing what comes in. Those soul readings are going special through July and August. So if you'd like to get connected with your higher self and want to know more about your soul's blueprint and what is unfolding in this beautiful new world emerging, because it is beautiful, it's going to be amazing. It doesn't look that way right now. It's really chaotic, messy, dense, dark. But we have a different light to shine here. Those of you that are open to receiving this information and to activating your soul's knowing. So yeah, it's pretty exciting times. The Summer of Soul, doing soul readings, connecting with your higher self, activating your wisdom and your greatest soul gifts. So my helper has gone. If you, I wish I could take the camera and show you. She's stretched out, and so Indigo, can I take your palm and tap? 1, 2, 3. I just tapped her little body. Yep, she's wiped out for the day. Her mama though was on this high energy wave, so I once I got the downloads, I wanted to bring forth this beautiful Monday mantra with you. So let's just tap into our hearts. Let's take a nice couple of deep breaths into the heart area. And then slowly out. And a couple of more nice deep breaths into that heart area. And slowly out. And already you can feel the calm. You can feel the peace. You can feel things settling. And this is the perfect time to call in your angels, your higher self, to be of assistance. We don't have to do this alone. We didn't come here to do this alone. We came here to do this in a collective and collaborate and to cooperate. And so that's what my relationship with the angels has been since I was a little girl, is just really listening and tuning in, getting calm and still enough to be respectful of their entryway into helping. They can't come in this frenetic, anxious energy and this fear. They're just like looking at us like, oh, when are they going to calm down so that we can just come in and be of assistance? And so as you ask, and what angel comes through for this activation today, can you see it? Angel for spiritual awakening. It's a number 19, which if you add that up is a 20, is 2, 20. And it is exactly what is vibrating right now. It's exactly what they said. You don't have to do this alone. Okay, so the angel for spiritual awakening, the mantra on this beautiful spiritual tool is: the more open-minded I become, the better I understand the secrets and the messages of the universe. Isn't that beautiful? And don't you love the symbol, this power symbol of the flow? Here you are, grounded in and just flowing, and all the different loops and all of the different the different paths that you can go experience for a while, and then you can go over here and experience this for a while. It's not linear. Okay, your spiritual evolution is just this. I love that this angel came through for you today. The spiritual awakening. And that's what we're being asked to do. The pandemic is going to rage on and on until we really awaken to this wisdom and this knowing of who we are. And that takes some resets and retreat. So let me just tap in and see if there's another angel that wants to come through. Thank you, Indigo. Indigo's channeling from the floor. I love it. Hey, she's grounded. She's very grounded. Oh, and look what else came through. Well, so important. This is the angel. Get a glare there. The angel for realization and acceptance. Hello. Thank you, angel. Oh, listen to this mantra or this affirmation that goes with this angel bringing in. I perceive that my life plan contains everything that is important and meaningful for me. How powerful is that? How does it? I mean, but this I always say to people, I can't make this up. Well, I guess I could, but I don't. It's real. This is the angel for realization and acceptance saying, you have a life plan that it contains everything. All you have to do is just tap in. It's all there. That's why they brought this Monday mantra through. So thank you. And look at this beautiful symbol. Really, this is again, this is the joy. This is the joy of accepting who you are. I feel joy in this symbol. I feel dance. I feel collaboration, cooperation when I see this symbol radiating. It's like holding hands and dancing with divine, and especially this angel saying, "Yep." Once you realize and accept that your beautiful higher self and your soul self that's riding in this human vehicle are all connected, and your plan is right there, and it unfolds with so much love and so much light and so much delight. Oh, it is beautiful. So thank you, Indigo. Channeling from the floor, calling Indigo. What was that song by David Bowie? Ground control to Major Indigo. She's the major, believe me. She runs the show here. So ground control came in with the angel of realization and acceptance and the angel for spiritual awakening. Thank you for tuning in. These Monday mantras set the tone for the week. They give you so much, so many options to explore for your inner reflections of who you are. And I hope that this energy, this heightened energy that I've been working in all day is transferred to you so that you can feel more hope, more optimism, more love for yourself, more self-trust, more of the realization and acceptance for who you are, that beautiful being. That's who you are. You are perfect, whole, complete. And the angel for spiritual awakening is just going to activate those levels of energy that you can tap into to keep expanding and ascending during this time when the earth is, when everything is being affected by this virus. So namaste, so much love. May your journey this week be filled with more light, more love, more joy, more peace, more ease. So it is. Aho. See you next week. Love you all.